Welcome to Sonic Bros. Today I will go over the history of the obscure Showbiz Pizza Place international locations. All all of these have something unique or bizarre about them that makes them different from other locations, such as different stage arrangements and different names. Showbiz Showbiz Pizza Plaza opened around 1986 in Guatemala City, Guatemala. And in this, it shows an invitation of sorts with art of Billy Bob, Mitzi, and Fats. It also showcases the logo for Showbiz Pizza Plaza. Here's their stage, which it's a pretty normal, average Rockefeller stage, and they had a fence against it so kids wouldn't climb on it. And in this photo, Beach Bear still has his blonde hair on, which most locations didn't have at the time. And in this photo here, Billy Bob has a Christmas hat on and seems to have a standard backdrop, and the gas part of the gas pump is about to wobble almost, and looks like because it's tilted in the photo. And then the Rolf and Earl stage, which it looks pretty standard, and it's just like a basic stage except for a couple unique factors that some locations removed. In this photo, they removed the blonde beach bear wig. A pretty standard stage, but here's some of the weird part. They apparently had a Chuck E. Cheese's balcony stage there. Around the 1990s, it got changed into a Chuck E. Cheese. Rolf became Chucky, Mitzi became Helen, Munch became, Fats became Munch, Beach Bear became Jasper, and Duke became Pasquale. And and after Showbiz closed, they renamed the center to Chuck E. Cheese's Center, which is very funny. And they had some unique and not so great looking parts, such as bootleg masks, bootleg shirts, and original latex masks. In this photo, Pasquale has a walk around head on. Billy Bob's Pizza Feeder opened in Knox, Australia, uh, uh, around the mid 1980s. Not too much is known about this place except it lasted until the 90s. And they have a pretty average Rockefeller stage. As seen in this photo, it is decorated for Christmas. And they had a Billy Bob walk around like most showbizes did. And they have the standard valance and backdrops. And there's their logo, which has a Billy Bob in a shape with with Texas saying Billy Bob's around him and above and below him pizza feeder. And here's a photo of the stage, also decorated during Christmas. It 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 appears like nothing too unique, and they had this flag as a prize. Speaking of prizes, here is a picture of their prize bowl, which has some type of alligator or frog, a weird brown monster thing, a Buds McKenzie plush for Bud Beer, and some hats and t-shirts for $6.50 or 50 tickets. Not bad at all. Showbiz Pizza Fiesta had 6 or more locations, and was a small chain in the country of Mexico. In this photo, it shows a giant Pepsi bottle, and another one for an unknown soda in the background, and there's art of Beach Bear Mitzi, Billy Bob and Fats, as it appears with a sign advertising some menu items and a Billy Bob costume. And at this location, they had an outdoor playground, which it looks pretty cool, and there's a Showbiz Pizza Fiesta sign right near it. And here's your stage with Billy Bob and the birthday bird. This Some of these locations weren't that unique, but others had very bizarre looking stages, such as this one, for example. It's kind of like a country stage. Duke is basically normal, except they repainted his drum bass from brown to green, and they redid his drum front. With a design on it, and Choo Choo now has a pink tree stump. There are no normal backdrops except for a Rock-a-Fire sign. Fats is about the same, and he has a purple organ with a pink front, a pink sides, a blue front, and green lights. Beach Bear, we really can't see him that much in this photo, but they probably painted or redid something on him. And Mitzi has a blue skirt, a black dress, blue pom-poms, and a possibly unique mask. And Billy Bob has a king guitar and has a unique backdrop behind him. And behind the Rock-a-Fire, there's some sort of design. It's a pretty cool stage, and it has a green valance. And at this location, their Billy Bob has a Showbiz Pizza Fiesta sign behind them. Pretty interesting. And it was popular enough to even spawn their own record. And here's a token with Billy Bob on it. It could be Beach Bear, but yeah, probably Billy Bob if I were to guess. And they had this very weird looking Billy Bob costume that I've never seen anywhere else. His eyes are like derpy and looking in different directions. And then there's this weird abomination of a costume. Its face is so stretched out and his eyes are so big. Would you trust him in your pizza place? And apparently a Showbiz Pizza Fiesta is still open in Mexico. It says it's open, but the picture looks like it's abandoned. But it says it's open for 24 hours apparently. Which, if that's the case, that's very weird. And apparently they, Showbiz Pizza Fiesta still has some Rock-a-Fire characters inside, but no image proof exists of this. And some Showbiz Pizza Fiestas were bought by Funtime Pizza and Pistol Pete's Pizza for their first international locations, until Funtime Pizza opened in Saudi Arabia. Located in town center Jumeirah in Dubai, this Showbiz is most likely in a mall, as it has a short exterior with some blue things, some blue curtains, and a Showbiz Pizza Place sign. Here's a picture of their logo in this, which is a neon sign, which it looks pretty cool. and they had some unique merchandise, such as a unique menu, which isn't really merchandise, and a bag and a goodie bag. And they had their own Showbiz uniforms there, which are pretty interesting. And lo and behold, this is a really cursed stage. Mitzi has short sleeves instead of long sleeves and has no jacket on. No Dicky or a Manel patch. And this stage is just weird. Beach Bear has a flower way and no wig. And there's other things wrong. It's just how they put some of the parts on. In fact, his keyboard organ is kind of loose, and they have a yellow valance with red curtains, which is very unique. And they had some mascot costumes. This creepy looking bunny, this very rare new Rock-a-Fire Mitzi, and a Billy Bob. And it appears as Mitzi has a Showbiz Pizza Place pin or patch on her shirt for the animatronic. And Rolf and Earl stage. They have no rain curtain, and Rolf's symbol is short, and Earl is missing most of his parts. Billy Bob looks pretty normal. His neck's a little bit long, but that could just be the angle of the photo. The Showbiz Pizza Place in Kuwait. Not much is known about this place, except that they had a Rock of Fire and attractions. As in this photo, they have a Duke and Fats and Beach Bear. We can't see much of Beach Bear, but we can see very much of Duke and Fats, and they look in really great condition. The Showbiz Pizza Place in Dubai was very popular. It opened sometime around the 1980s, probably mid or late. And here's a much more better look at their stage. And it appears that they had a yellow stage that they would sit on. And they served pizza and burgers and some other similar foods, as I'm seeing here in this burger box. Unfortunately, this Showbiz Pizza place got bombed in the Gulf War in 1991, but it got rebuilt a couple years after, and it might have shut down around 2017. And here's a really big photo. I'm not sure if this is all Showbiz, but it might be in the same area in Kuwait. And there's their Billy Bob costume, which appears to be corporate standard. The Beirut, Lebanon Showbiz Pizza place. Probably open around the 90s, if I were to guess. And it's a Chinese, Japanese, and Italian restaurant, which is kind of bizarre. And they have the average sign. Here's the inside, which it doesn't look too much like a Showbiz to me inside. And they have some arcade games. And on the website, it shows a picture of a Florida location stage, to my knowledge, but no photo of their stage exists. And here's a photo of the sign lighting up at night in a commercial. Unfortunately, this place shut down sometime after 2003 because here's a picture of their sign falling apart, and it's now this business. So anyways, guys, peace out.